Hi everyone, I support BOP Jazz Theatre Dance Company for the reasons why, because in its name, it's simply Body of People.
And BOP.
Body of People is what BOP stands for.
Dolly and Paul created a wonderful dance company, BOP, Body of People, which I was very fortunate to be a part of many years ago now.
BOP, Body of People.
Let's talk about BOP. BOP, Body of People.
Body of People.
Body of People.
I've always admired and appreciated being in the presence of an artist who knows their craft, who has something to show and something to say. Dolly Henry is one such artist.
And her force and her dedication, her passion, just nothing ever stops. It's impactful and true in every aspect. And I feel like she's the mother angel.
Dolly Henry is the greatest pioneer for jazz dance in the UK, and without the opportunities that I had with BOP, I wouldn't have learned the important history of the jazz dance genre.
You are the truth, you are real, you are not bullshitting anyone, and that is so what we need in this world right now.
We rise, we rise.
Dolly and Paul do not understand about color, about weight or hate, or what language do you speak, or what's your level of technique. That's never a problem for them. It's a problem for them when you start thinking that any of your virtues as a human or as a dancer are not valuable.
So what is BOP to me? BOP is one of the only spaces that teaches the language, history and artistry of true, authentic jazz dance, I would say.
It's also a sunshine.
BOP for me means being real, grounded and alive. BOP is passion, being unique and express who we really are. It means never to give up.
When I think about BOP, I think about being hungry for something and being passionate about something. And that something is Black lives, and more specifically, the life of Black women.
In its roots, it's purely diversity from Paul and Dolly.
Everyone needs Dolly's teaching because at the end,
you, we rise.
Talking about the human.
BOP spreads love and equality in everything they do.
And showed me that dance is about so much more than just ability, and that it comes from the heart.
For me, BOP has always meant opportunity.
For me personally, BOP saved me at a point in my life.
Personally, BOP has been such an immense part of my journey, making me feel more confident to practice the style of jazz, reminding me that it's a style that comes from Africa, that comes from my roots.
I am the dancer I am today, thanks in large part to you and your mentorship.
I learned a lot about myself. I grew as a performer, I grew as an artist.
BOP has been a massive part of my life for over 7 years. BOP for me personally is Dolly Henry and Paul Jenkins. Everything about them.
I feel privileged to be part of BOP Company and to be trained by Dolly Henry. Being a dancer with BOP Jazz Company was the most inspiring and educational experience for me.
I'm incredibly honoured to have been a BOP company member and dance captain at the time.
BOP was one of the best things that happened to me during my 50s.
It's about jazz, it's about joy.
I also believe that what makes BOP unique and authentic is, well, its creators and artistic directors, Dolly and Paul. I think they are a real dream team, and they represent pioneers of today's art industry, really.
I, you, we rise.
So it means to me, come as you are. Doesn't matter what background you're from, what race, what culture. Just come as you are, because we've all been created uniquely.
It's a masterpiece.
In my time in London, BOP was my family, my dance family, a place full of love, respect.
An experience that changed my life, because I mean they gave me the opportunity to go to a different country, speak a different language and still feel accepted even if I couldn't speak it properly.
Completely inclusive of all. It meant everything when I arrived in London. I really shared so much knowledge, passion, energy, wisdom. It gave me so much and I expected nothing in return.
BOP for me is without doubt the most understanding and accepting family that I've ever been fortunate enough to be a part of.
It's a family within the dance art industry.
BOP is about family. You.
We rise.
We were people from around the world with our difference, our past, our personal artistry, and you always embrace the difference with respect, no matter our origin. That is how it should be. That is what we want to fight for. I hope that all the voices out there speaks as one. We need more union and respect and consciousness.
With everything that's going on and the Black Lives Matter movement, I hope that you know that I definitely 1000% support you and all of the black community during this time.
It really is crazy times, but I feel in the bigger perspective it needs to happen. The old is being cleared out and the new is coming in. And
You. We rise. It's the only way.
That I do stand with you today just as much as I stood with you back in 2001 when I joined the company and we became friends.
So I have been with BOP really for over 10 years, so it will be hard for me to kind of like explain in just a few words what it means to me. But obviously I can start saying that I grown, I became an adult. In fact, I became a woman during my time with BOP and with BOP.
When I was 22, you invited me into BOP, and it was definitely some of the best times of my life. You brought us together, you united us as a group, you gave us passion, drive, and so much self-belief.
I remember my first dance class with Dole back in 2004, and I know what we were wearing, I know what routine we did, I remember the studio, I remember the people, because it had such an impact on me, and you guys brought something out of me, you know, by working with you both. You are my jazz parents for a reason. There's no way I'm the dance artist that I am without you guys.
I was in a particular moment of my life at the time, and she had an influence both as an artist and as a human being.
Given people a safe space both inside and outside of the studio. Your passion and the heart and the soul, everything that goes into Body of People is truly inspiring and has had a huge positive impact on myself and so many people. Most inspirational teachers. She really has a deep down joy, rooted something, passion that just shines out every time you see her dancing. And
you,
we rise. Sounds like a show, Paul. Sounds like a show. Just saying.
Knowing that actually I can do jazz, I can dance jazz, and I'm great at it. It's given me confidence to excel in an area that I didn't think ever existed.
I feel like all the girls and Dolly and Paul really have kind of inspired me to really just kind of be more, I don't know, accepting of myself because they are of me, which is really nice.
I think BOP challenges you. It challenges you as an artist and as a person to be better, and in fact, as a result of that, to do better in your own life and then when you get in contact with the other human beings around you.
You guys are awesome. Like, I know that I'm not the dance or artist that I am today without you guys, without Body of People. There's just no way.
I just wanted to say thank you for everything you have done and continue to do, not just for me, but for the whole industry, for using your platform to educate, to inspire, to always stand for what's right.
And not just about dancing and the best type of dancers that we can be through your company, but to the music that you use and want to share with us and why you use it, and all the other things that go way beyond that in the world that are happening right now.
You. We rise.
You may write me down.
BOP gives us a safe and supportive space to be open and creative, and allows us to express ourselves as individuals and together.
Coming into the studio and being able to appreciate and learn from the gifts and talent of all the people in the room without ever feeling like you're lesser than.
An amazingly talented group of people that have come together as a result of you being such an incredible leader.
And spreading love, spreading truth that people need to hear.
I stand with you.
You.
We rise.
You may trod me in the very...
The leadership of Paul and Dolly, I mean, they have touched my heart and my soul, and I don't think I'll ever be the same, in the sense of, like, there's just such strong forces, and the passion. I feel like all the other experiences through my career have been incredible, but this was just like the connection and interaction and real understanding. It felt like a stronger force, and that you were really coming from a sense of purpose and the culture of where dance originated.
What an amazing company that you have created and brought to life. You've created a community of people where we can come together and express in a way that words cannot describe.
You.
We rise.
But I thank you for paving that way for us.
I stand with you. I love you.
You. We rise.
Well, Dolly's had this incredible influence, and she's left a legacy from dancers who were there way before me to dancers who are currently in the company. And that message and that retaining of the truth of what jazz, the art form, is about is something that I think the world needs to hear about.
And what they have given and what they wanted to share with every other coming artist was the honesty of the art form and the collectiveness that the art form can do in breaking boundaries. And BOP has done that, and BOP has been doing that, and I'm proud to be part of BOP.
As an educator, absolutely everything that BOP stands for and that Dolly and Paul weave into this amazing dance company just is a beautiful example of how art should be used to celebrate diversity, but also to educate. It's a vitally important company, and it deserves its place in history.
And it's time that the world sees and hears the important stories that BOP Jazz Company have to tell.
You.
We rise.
You. We rise.
You.
We rise.
Io, tu, noi ci alziamo.
And the last message that I want to give to you guys is that I am with you too. I am with BOP, and it's because I rise.
Leaving behind nights of terror and fear.
You rise.
Into a daybreak miraculously
we rise.
clear. I rise. Bringing the gifts that my ancestors gave. I am the hope and the dream of the slave.